There are three of me now. One has 30 years of stories, scars, and receipts. The other two were born in the last month, and they work the night shift. Full disclosure, inside the first 30 seconds like always, you're watching one of them right now. This is my AI avatar. My face, my voice, my words, digital delivery. I wrote every line of this script. And today I'm giving you the honest breakdown of what building a clone actually taught me. Not the hype version, the version with a price tag and a punchline. Because the punchline is this: the clones don't make the money. And understanding why is worth more than the clones themselves. Let me show you what exists. A few weeks back, I cloned my voice. Professional grade clone, trained on my actual speech. It now narrates my short form videos daily. Every one labeled as AI, every time. Then last week, the face, an AI avatar, my digital twin. It gestures like me, pauses like me, delivers like me. It can record a video like this one while the original is asleep, on a stage, or at a house music festival. And if you know me, you know that last one is not hypothetical. Total setup time for both? A weekend, spread across a few sessions. This is not a Hollywood budget situation anymore, which means every one of you watching can do this. And that's exactly why you need the rest of this video, because the tool being easy is what makes the thinking rare. Here's what the hype says. Clone yourself and you'll be everywhere. Infinite content, passive audience. The machine prints while you golf. Here's the truth from someone actually running it. The clone is an amplifier, not an earner. My avatar can deliver a message 1,000 times. It cannot decide what the message should be. My voice clone can narrate any script flawlessly. It cannot know which script matters to my audience this week. The clones can't read a room. They can't feel a client hesitate on a call and adjust. They can't close. They can't care. Everything the clones amplify still comes from the original. Judgment, positioning, taste, and 30 years of knowing what lands. Multiply that by 1,000 and you get reach. But multiply nothing by 1,000 and you get a very busy nothing. So here's the frame that decides whether a clone is worth building. Write it down. A clone without a system is a mirror. A clone inside a system is a workforce. The mirror version is what most people build. They clone themselves, generate a pile of videos, post a few, feel futuristic, and stop. Nothing feeds the clone work. Nothing catches its output. Nothing turns a view into a relationship or a relationship into revenue. It's a very advanced way to stand in front of a mirror. The workforce version looks different. In my machine, the week starts with a brief. What's the theme? What stories are real right now? What does my audience need? That brief becomes scripts in my voice, run against my own writing rules so it never sounds like a bot wearing my name. The clones handle delivery. Publishing is scheduled across every platform automatically. And every piece of content points somewhere I own. My newsletter list, where the relationship actually lives. Same clone in both versions. Completely different business result. The clone was never the asset. The assembly line around it is. Now let me give you the real numbers on what changed, because amplifier does not mean useless. Amplifier means the multiplication finally has something to multiply. Before the voice clone, daily short form video meant recording every single piece myself. Between setup, takes, and the inevitable one more time, that's hours a week, every week, forever. Now, I review and approve scripts, the clone narrates, the system assembles and schedules. My time on delivery dropped to nearly zero, and my time on the part only I can do, deciding what's worth saying, went up. That's the honest promise of a clone. It doesn't remove you from the business. It removes you from the parts of the business that never needed the original in the room. Presence where it counts, systems everywhere else. You are the brand. You cannot be the bottleneck. Now the question I get most, and the one that matters most, do you tell people? Every time. Every video my clones touch is labeled AI voice, AI avatar, flagged on every platform, disclosed in the first 30 seconds of videos like this one. Some folks tell me the label kills the magic. Let me push back on that, hard. The magic was never the pixels. Nobody follows me because of my jawline. They follow because 30 years of being in the rooms produces things worth saying. The words are mine. Lived, earned, written by me. The delivery is just the truck they arrive in. Trust is the cargo. The clone is the truck. And the fastest way to crash the whole operation is to let people discover the truck was pretending to be the driver. Because here's the math. Disclosure costs you a little mystique once. Getting caught costs you the audience forever. In an AI-flooded feed, this person tells me the truth about what I'm watching is not a weakness. It's the scarcest asset on the platform. Let me also tell you where I draw the hard lines, because a clone with no boundaries is a brand risk on a timer. The clones never take a sales call. They never make a promise. They never handle a client relationship. They never improvise. My clones only ever deliver what the original wrote and approved. The judgment stays human. The relationships stay human. The accountability stays human. My name is the asset, and nothing wearing my name goes out on autopilot without my eyes on it first. That's not caution slowing down the machine. That's the standard that lets the machine run fast everywhere else. So you want one. Here's the order of operations, and notice the clone comes last. First, voice on paper. Get clear on what you actually say, your frameworks, your rules, the phrases that are yours. If you can't hand a stranger a document that sounds like you, a clone will just amplify generic. Second, build the catch. An email list, a newsletter, a place you own where attention becomes a relationship. Renting attention from an algorithm with nothing to catch it is how views stay views. Third, build the line. A weekly rhythm where content gets planned, written, reviewed, and scheduled, even manually at first. The rhythm is the system. Fourth, and only now, clone. Voice first, it's faster and cheaper, then the avatar when long form demands it. Plug them into the line as delivery workers, label everything, and keep the judgment seat human. Do it in that order and the clone joins a workforce on day one, instead of becoming the most expensive mirror you own. Here's your homework. One question, and I want a real answer. If you could clone one part of your workday, what would you multiply? And just as important, what part of your business should never be cloned? Drop a comment with the word clone and your answers. I read every one, and your answer to the second question will tell you more about your business than the first. Friday, we close the week with the one that stings, why your content gets views but no money, and the 4-piece bridge that fixes it. Subscribe and hit the bell so it finds you. I'm Shamari Battle. The original wrote this, the clone delivered it, and the system did the rest. Don't learn more. Earn more.